get to it. Donald Trump. He says he is not sorry and will not withdraw from the race over remarks he made about John McCain. Listen to what he said.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay?
Oh, dearie me, he's a war hero because he was captured. He responded to his critics, by the way, in an op-ed in USA Today. Here's the quote, well, one of them. John McCain has called his own constituents who want a secure border crazies. No one in the news media or establishment, including the Republican National Committee, criticized the senator for those comments. Charlie Gasparino is here. You said all along that the idea of Trump in the White House is a fantasy. I think you'll say that again this morning.
I'm going to double down on what I said initially, is that this is all about not for him to become president, but this is, and I, full disclosure, I like Donald, great businessman. This is for him to improve his brand, to make his brand bigger than ever. And, if you look at what he's doing.
That's not happening.
I think it is.
Wait a second.
I think it is.
How much has he lost? You have these nasty words about Mexican people.
I think
you have this outrageous comment about John McCain. Yeah. I don't think that enhances his brand, whether he's in the race or not.
I think that if you know anything about Donald Trump, this is a guy who's a sort of a creature of the New York tabloid media environment, where it's very, very sharp elbows. He goes after his critics. He doesn't shy back. Shy away. He never apologizes. That's been his MO for the last 30 years, when he switched from becoming mainly a real estate tycoon to someone who basically makes money off his brand, the Trump brand. And I'm telling you that he has enhanced his brand in so many ways. He's gotten his name out there so many ways.
Wait a minute, Charlie.
I'm telling you.
How on earth can you say that he has enhanced his brand when he has insulted Mexican people and now war heroes like John McCain? That enhances his brand? I don't get it.
Let's break it up. When he made that comment about Mexicans, I think I was the only one in the network at the time who said it was disgusting. But when he did that at the time, his poll numbers went up. That's what he feasted off. Now, it's unclear whether his poll numbers will go up on this McCain thing, but look how he's trying to change the debate about this. He's trying to change it as John McCain is not good for veterans. He's not good. What was the line he had from that op-ed? He cares more about the border in Iraq
than he does with Arizona.
And I'm telling you, he will get fans from this. And a year from now, we are not going to remember every one of these.
I interviewed him a week ago, and he does not care. He really doesn't care. I know there's a lot of questions about what are his true intentions here, whether it's to actually be president. I do believe that he does want to be president. I really do believe that. And that's the question that we asked him last week.
Let's get serious for a second. I think Donald Trump was on a roll all of last week. I think he peaked on Friday. He made these comments about McCain on Saturday, refused to apologize Sunday. He's out with his op-ed this morning. I say that his decline in the polls starts today. Am I wrong?
I don't think he was ever a serious candidate to begin with.
But his decline in the polls. He was the front runner on Friday amongst all the Republicans.
There are 15,
I say he's not now.
There are 15% of the Democratic electorate that's probably insanely, is in favor of the weather underground and the Black Panther Party. And there's a fringe element of the Republican Party who I guarantee stays with him.
So do we just ignore them, Charlie? Do we just ignore then the fact that he has become #1 in the polls?
Among 30 people.
Him. No, but what I'm saying is that whatever he's saying is resonated. Maybe he's saying things that people don't want to admit they truly think.
Are you sure?
Listen, I'm not Cheryl, I'm not an expert at stats, okay? But what do you think the margin of error is on your statement that he's resonating?
But I'm looking at the poll numbers. Several polls.
Look, you got 20 people dividing up the electorate, and yes, he attracts between 15 and 20% sometimes, and maybe a lot, maybe lower now. I'm just saying that be real careful when you say Donald Trump is resonating. It's very high negatives, and where he's resonating, I think, is going to be in his brand.
So how else do you measure it other than the polls?
I'm not saying that he's resonating now. I think that his comment over the weekend was outrageous. I think his decline starts now.
I think he's going to maintain between 10 and 15% of the Looney Tune vote, and that will be it. It always was, and it always will be.
Wait a minute. There's a difference between 10 and 15% of the Looney Tune vote and 18% of the overall Republican vote. I don't think he's going to get 18% again.
No, listen, I think 10 and 15%, 18% is in the margin of error of 15%. That's my knowledge of stats. This is where he's always going to be, right here.